Hello again, friends. Welcome back to the Daniel-Mabry Project. This episode is with Tony Molina. Tony's a professional skateboarder. He grew up here in North Louisiana, and I've kind of been following him for about the past year or so. So I saw that he was in town. He lives a pretty nomadic lifestyle. So I saw he was in West Monroe and hit him up, and he said, "Yeah, I'm at the DIY spot. Come hang out." So went over there and met up with Tony and some other guys, and Tony was nice enough to sit down with me and kind of talk about his life and drop some wisdom. Tony's homeless, but he's making friends all over the place and always has a place to crash somewhere, and has been traveling the world here recently, Mexico and China, and spent some time in Hawaii, and we talk a little bit about all of that. So I really enjoyed getting to hang out with Tony, and even after this podcast, we continued to hang out and actually got a clip. So that was pretty sweet. We were interrupted in this podcast a couple times, so bear that in mind. That comes with doing a podcast in a public place, is you get distractions. So it was all love. Nobody was really doing anything malicious or anything. So yeah. Enjoyed it, and really hope that I can catch up with Tony some other time and we can continue to film skateboarding or whatever. I just think he lives a really cool lifestyle, and maybe I can tag along someday. If you want to support me in this podcast, I did recently quit my job and sell my house, and been pursuing this full time now. So if you have any desire, if you find any monetary value in this podcast, I do have a Patreon page where you can, do as little as buy me a cup of coffee a month, and it's real easy to sign up. I also have Cash App and Venmo and all that other stuff. If you ever feel like you want to drop that in, always welcome to that. But the easiest way to support this podcast is just to subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform you're listening to, and to share it. That's really the way that this podcast grows, is you share this podcast, you share another one of my podcasts, it grabs someone else's attention who's never seen or heard of Daniel-Mabry or the Daniel-Mabry Project, and this thing continues to grow. So if I could ask anything of you, is to please share this podcast, share my other podcasts. I'm really gonna go full gas, all gas, no brakes, if you know what that means, in January and in the rest of this upcoming 2020, and I'm really trying to lay down a good base for that to happen. So a lot more podcasts, a lot more content coming. Very appreciative of everything that's happened so far, and everything that will happen in the future. So I'm gonna quit rambling. Appreciate your time. Enjoy the podcast. Hit up Tony on Instagram, tone.malone, I believe. Hit me up on Instagram, Dan.Mabry. Tony has a new skateboarding part coming out soon, under Hey Dog Shoes, I believe, is the company that's sponsoring him. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll probably be able to share some of that whenever it happens. Yeah, that's all I got to promote. Peace. Tony, how do you say your last name?
Molina.
Molina.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up, Tony?
Grew up kind of just, I guess you could say Louisiana.
Yeah?
Like, North Louisiana, basically.
Fair enough.
Yeah, since I was like 15.
Okay. Where'd you go to high school?
Went to high school for a short period of time around West Washita.
Okay.
Yeah, went for like 1 year.
All right.
Hung out.
Because I guess I've had some people from West Washita tell me to get you on here.
Oh, really?
Crap. Andrew? Yeah. Drew. Oh crap, his name is escaping me now.
Andrew Harris.
Andrew Harris. Yes.
Yeah, that's the man. I know him. We went to school together, Woodlawn, all that stuff.
Yeah. He was telling me I needed to get you on here, and me and Tony were just talking a couple minutes ago, and I guess I found out about Tony maybe a little over a year ago, just via Instagram, and I had been looking to film stuff, and I've been filming motocross, and I've been looking to film skateboarding, and came across Tony via Instagram and hit him up, but by the time I hit him up, he was already gone, and this is the first time we've been able to connect, so
yeah,
glad to have you on. Tony's a skateboarder and lives his life on the edge, if you will, a lot differently than a lot of other people, but really more like the way I want to live my life, I guess. So I guess when did you pick up the skateboard? When did you start skating?
I would say right at 15. It's a crazy story how I even got a skateboard. I was always into like action sports and stuff. Oh man, a cigarette. I know you didn't. Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna say it. I don't want cigarettes in the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all right. No, well, see, it's kind of a funny story because I was like 15 and we were at these sand dunes.
Okay.
And one of my homies came from New York, and he was a new guy. He had a snowboard, and I was like, dude, let's take this snowboard to the sand dunes.
Yeah.
And so we were snowboarding down these sand dunes, and I like wiped out and just hit something in the sand that was kind of hard, and I was like, what is this? I looked down, it's a skateboard. It's a skateboard. So it didn't have no trucks or anything. It was all tore up. So I just went to school and asked some friends if they had like extra boards or something.
Yeah.
And one of my homies gave me some trucks, some wheels, and bearings, and I put it all together, and yeah, started skating right there in a little parking lot, probably about as big as this little circle, like,
yeah,
for like 3 years. That's it, just that little spot.
All right.
I guess.
All right, yeah, you're good.
Hello? All right, no rush. All right, bye. Sorry about that.
You're all good. I guess we should mention we're at the DIY spot. You call it Rocks DIY, is that right?
Rocks. Yeah, Rocks DIY for sure. Best spot in town.
Right here on the Ouachita River in Monroe, Louisiana.
I love it.
And did you start this spot, or did somebody else start the spot, or what?
It's just, all right, it's a crazy thing to say the word start in my perspective, because like start comes from the second I fell on the skateboard, right? Start comes from the second that dude moved from New York. So this has a lot of stories to it. We built some more in a different spot. They always kept getting shut down. What happened here was, I started it. I definitely started this spot. There was all this concrete you see. You couldn't see no concrete. Everything was covered in dirt, everything. We didn't even know that there was concrete back here. I threw up a little satellite over there.
Yeah.
And we had no money. Like, this was right when I got back from Hawaii. This is so funny. I had no money. I had like $5. I used that $5 to buy one bag of concrete, and we concreted that satellite in the corner. And we were hyped on it. Well, just me and my homie was, and we were just gonna keep it low key, just for a spot. And the next day, these homeless people tore it down completely, like ripped it all apart, man, completely. And at first, we were about to like start war with these homeless people. We were really mad, like, where y'all at? We're gonna fight them. But then my friend's girlfriend was like, dude, just bring them pizza and beer, and they'll probably help you.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I was like, that's funny enough to work.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And sure enough, they ended up helping us build it. They started sweeping. We realized there was more concrete. Then we just started throwing up money, man. It was crazy how this brought the community together. Like,
for
big
sure.
time. Because whenever we built the first spot, we told people that we were kind of, Frazier. we were kind of, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say the word mean, but it's honestly like an honest thing. We kind of told people, if you skate here, you have to help. Like, you can either give us some money for concrete, you can sweep the floor, you can help build physically, or if you can't do any of those, just like drive us to the store and get some concrete.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people.
That's fair. It's not like you were like excluding people. You just wanted them to help out.
Yeah, for sure. And so people over here, they kind of like got drove by that, like in a positive way. They were like, they noticed if they give me $5, then the next day there's a new spot. Or they noticed if they messed with concrete, then their concrete was going to be there forever. Mm-hmm. So people started seeing their work and their passion come together. So then that brought more people, and then more people, and then more people, and then like it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it was so crazy because one day I didn't have a job none of this time. So one day people donated so much money, just local people gave me so much money, and we were building all day, and we went to go eat. And I look in my wallet and I realize I have no money for food. But then I look at all the money that the skate park has. They're like $250.
Yeah.
And it's all for the skate park. And it just made me like think like, how can a skate park have more money than an actual human? And I realized it was because the skate park was built by passion. It wasn't built for money. And then I don't know, it all just came together. And
it was more than just you at that point.
Oh, like, yeah, for sure. It was everybody. A lot of people didn't even skate, man. People would see that we didn't have tools, and they'd just buy us tools and give it to us. And it's like, if I were to work all day, for the tools that's been donated, I would have had to work like one whole week and then buy all those tools.
Yeah.
But this, like, we just worked on what we wanted to work on, and we got them, I wouldn't say for free because we put in the work, but we didn't pay dollar bills, you know?
Yeah,
we paid passion bills.
For sure. Well, I mean, I guess it's like you said it, and I've witnessed it to some degree with what I'm doing. Is, you know, we talked about earlier. You know, you go all in on something, and you tell everybody else that you're going all in on it, and it's like people are a little more willing to help you out whenever you need it.
Yeah, that's true for sure, man. That's true. A thing about that is a lot of people told me that they consider me like a leader of, you know, a lot of people, but it's not like that. I think each individual person is a leader, and what I came to the conclusion of is that if I'm a leader on, you know, getting this stuff built, then the only thing I'm leading is like these people to believe in their self, you know. Like I ask for everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I don't tell everybody to do what I want. No, I'm like, hey, what do y'all want to do?
Right.
And then once someone's like down to do it, I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's all it is, man. Just let people know they're able to do anything they want.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. It's like it almost started as like a selfish ambition to have a place to skate, and then just like it turned into a community that like you're so hyped on everybody else's opinion on it over your own. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think that I understand like leaders don't want to call themselves leaders, but like that's how I saw you. That's how I like. What's the reason I got you on here to begin with is because like, I mean, you know, there are other people that are trying to. Ryan, the guy's trying to put together the skate park.
Oh yeah, Squirrel.
Yeah, so like you know, I've seen him, but like other than that, I don't know anybody else's name that skates around here. And I mean, I realize that not everybody's trying to make a name for themselves skating, but it's just like I guess you were really pursuing the lifestyle of it. I guess when we talked about going to Hawaii earlier, you mentioned that you had been homeless. I guess can you tell that story? Like where did you become homeless? Where did you decide to go full out on
the Hawaii story? Yeah. So this was all right. This was the last time I had a job. I was living in San Diego, and I was working at a CBD factory. And I asked for Friday off to go to Los Angeles for a skate contest. I went to that contest. I was supposed to work on Saturday, and that night I ended up hanging out with a lot of people, and I started talking life, you know, drinking and just saying like motivational things to people. I broke it down in the concept of like, if you've ever had anything, if you ever gained anything in your life, or if you ever accumulated anything, then you can do it again. Now, if you want that thing but you want it better or stronger or new, then the best way to get it is to lose what you already have and get it again but better. You already know the key, so why hold on? You know, life is so much to hold on to one thing. And so I was talking like that, right? So this dude's like, yeah, and he goes, so you're saying you can go anywhere in this world with the stuff you have on your back right now and accumulate a whole entire life? And I was like, absolutely. And he's like, boom, bought my ticket to Hawaii. I left. I didn't tell my job, didn't tell my apartment. I lost all my stuff, my job, I lost it. And I ended up in Hawaii. The next day, 2 hours later, I was on a plane, and I had $40 in my pocket. Just jumped on a bus, bought an all-day pass, and just started looking for people who looked like they skated.
Yeah.
Started talking to someone. Someone said there was a skate contest. I went to it. I met a bunch of really good skaters, and that same night, I mean, I told people my story, and they're like, "Oh man, don't worry about it. You're in Hawaii. Hawaii brought you here, man. You can come with us." So I went to an after party, or I went to a party, yeah, and they just like met people there, told them my story, and then somebody's like, "Dude, don't worry about it. I got an Airbnb, man. You can crash at my crib." And then boom, I had somewhere to stay. Like,
nice.
Super. Now I'm living in Hawaii with like just skating it up, man, and yeah, I would do it again every single second. Like right now, dare me to go somewhere. Buy my ticket.
Yeah, for sure. So how long did you stay in Hawaii?
About 6 months, man. Slept on the beach a lot. I met a lot of crazy good skaters, a lot of crazy, like, I guess when I say the word crazy, I mean like bringing you to the table, bringing new things to the table.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I like crazy. I
for
like
sure.
that a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what action sports are all about, is pushing the envelope, creating new stuff. I mean, it's just like, everybody watched the 900, and that was like the most groundbreaking thing, and now
kids are doing that now.
We're talking about flipping in and out of rails, and that's what's hype. So
that's crazy, yeah.
It's always evolving, I guess, and it's cool that you got to see some of that and get inspired again, I guess.
I've always been inspired, man. When I was a young kid, my mom used to whip me every single day, but I probably deserved it more than anything. So like, not getting whipped is pretty cool.
No doubt. Yeah.
So just
anything to avoid that.
Yeah, like just being out of that, like, wow, I feel like I'm doing something great now.
For sure. All right, so I'd seen you've been in China for like a month or a couple months or something like that.
Yeah, that was a funny story.
Yeah,
too,
how'd you end up there?
Just got back from China like 2 weeks ago. All right, so I went to Mexico City, and I don't even remember what happened. I guess I talked to a friend of mine, and he's like, "Dude, we're all going to China," and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna buy my ticket and I'm gonna meet y'all over there." So I just bought a ticket and went to China. I didn't really understand like how different it was, but it's really the other side of the world. Like, you got to get your money situation figured out. Like, if you have credit cards, you better figure that out before you get there. Like, it's pretty hectic. So I showed up, my cell phone didn't work, and I didn't know how to meet these people. I guess I'm good with directions, so I followed them, and yeah, I ended up over there where they were. I was supposed to stay for 27 days. I ended up canceling my flight because I wanted to stay longer, and I became homeless over there too. Like, we had an Airbnb, but only for a short period of time. Then I met people, they let me stay at their houses, and then we just skated, and I don't know. So I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, if you try to live my life, you can't, but it's the same way as I try to live your life, I can't. And I think it's all about your passion. Like, if you're chasing your passion and you can find it anywhere, then you can find your passion anywhere, basically. Like, for me, skateboarding is my passion, and in the streets are where I skate. So I can be in the streets and I'm certainly happy. Yeah. So it's a perspective,
Yeah.
for sure.
So I guess, like, when you didn't find places to crash, you just like crash on a bench somewhere, or?
When I didn't find places to crash, it was usually like more or less like party all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I didn't crash all night, I'd probably go to a bar or something, or a club, and just get drunk and then stay out all night.
And you just like meet up with whoever else the next day, or you like?
Yeah, it's pretty easy, man. You just find a skate park somewhere and go skate, or find a street spot and go street skate, and like people show up, and then skaters, it's like a worldwide thing, man. Like, skaters got
kind of
skaters.
A universal language.
Yeah, for sure, definitely is, man. Like, a skater over here can probably get along with a skater anywhere. They're all the same. They really are. It's all the same, man. People always ask me a lot of questions like, where do you like it better, Mexico or here or there? And really, I come to the conclusion that it's all the same thing. Like, whenever I'm in my zone, it doesn't matter where I'm at, I'm gonna have the same attitude. So like, it's me. I hear a lot of people from Mexico, they talk about how they want to come to US to make a lot of money, and they think they're gonna live the dream. But what I've seen is, if you're struggling for money in Mexico, you're gonna come over here and do the exact same thing. I mean, it's just who you are, dude. Like, people think objects and being somewhere changes them, or having someone will change you, but really, like, if you want to find out who you completely are, you have to have yourself, and yourself, like, and then you can start accumulating things. Like me, I don't even have a girlfriend because I don't even know, like, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out things that I like or that I love. Like, I'm still trying to find foods that I like. So I'm thinking, how do you like me if I barely like me? Like, how does this work? You know, you think, so I kind of keep my items to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like, sucking.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely get the girlfriend aspect of it. I'm the same way. I just so focused on myself and what I want to do in life that I don't want to like drag somebody else along with that, you know. I'm talking about like living in a van and shit, like, you know, and you're still talking about traveling the world, so you gotta look out for yourself before you can look out for somebody else too, I guess.
Yeah, that's big. That I want a dog. Like, honestly, I want a little dog, but time hasn't came yet.
Yeah. So, all right, in China, all right, I've been following on Instagram. I saw one time, like, I guess you maybe met up with a local guy and you got in a taxi and just like showed him your phone and was like, tell him to go there or something like that.
Well, that was another crazy thing, because like China is a China, you know. So I went to Shanghai, but also when I went there, like, I met up with people and I still traveled in China. So the same thing kind of happened. I was at a party and I was homeless, but one of my friends goes, dude, let's go to Qingdao. And I'm like, how are we gonna get there? And he said, my friend's gonna take us, but right now. And it's like 12 at night. And I'm like, all right, let's go. So then we go to his house and I noticed that he's wanting to like pack. And I'm like, whoa, how far is this? He's like, it's not that far, but it's kind of far. He's like, we'll be there by the morning. And I was like, all right. So we get on the car, we start driving, and then like 6 hours go by and we're still driving. I'm like, whoa, we're going far, dude. Yeah. We're going far. Like, I don't know what's going on. And it was a funny trip. That's like, it was supposed to be an 8-hour trip. It took like 12 hours because we crashed into the police, and then we had to go over there. It was a crazy situation, get everything. I think at the end of it, I think they ended up crashing into us. Like, I think that's what happened.
Huh.
So I'm in Qingdao, and
a little bit of a language barrier there, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. There was only one dude who understood me, and it was the guy that went with me, and he was a really good skater, Shujiao. Yeah. So we ended up going to Qingdao, and we're there. And then I didn't realize that there was absolutely no plan. Like, the plan was to go to Qingdao, and that was it. So the dude who drove us literally dropped us off in the street. And I'm, like, looking around, and he's like, all right, we're here. And I'm like, what are we doing here? It's like morning, we're all hungover, like crazy traveling. And we try to get a motel. The motel wouldn't accept me because I was a foreigner, and they don't accept foreigners. So then now we go to a street spot at night, and we're like, screw it, we're just gonna go find skaters. And just like I told you, no plan, but we're just gonna go skate. So we go skate, we meet up with some people. This guy, he's like, oh yeah, y'all can stay at my crib. We tell him the story. He's like, yeah, y'all can crash with us. He shows up in this dope ass car and just like, yeah, let's go. Well, my homie ended up going to stay with somebody else. And then now I'm with this guy who doesn't speak no English, like at all. And I speak no Chinese. So we're like using Google app to translate. Well, I stay the night at his house, and I wake up, and he's gone. Now I'm in, like, this big-ass house by myself, like, nobody. And I text my homie. I'm like, dude, where you at, man? I didn't see you last night. Like, where you? So he sent me a text message. He's, like, with some Chinese letters, dude. And I'm, like, looking at it, like, all right. He shows me this. Well, he sends a text, and he's like, just show this to the taxi. I'm like, all right. So my phone don't work here. It only works with Wi-Fi. So when I get onto the taxi, it's just, I hope, you know, like, show up to the taxi. I'm like, boom. He's like, okay. So now I'm just like riding with this fool. Like, I don't know where we're going, like, at all. And he just dropped me off. He's like, right here. And dude, oh my gosh, if I had a picture of where he dropped me off at, it looked like, if you could imagine Chinatown, like, that was it. Like, 1 million people walking this way, 1 million stores, 1 million. And I'm just like, this was the worst place to meet in the world. Like, so how did I find that fool? I ended up walking around. I found the Starbucks with internet, and I was like, dude, I'm over here at the Starbucks with internet. And he showed up the next day and reunited.
The next day?
Yeah, well, the next day after. No, it was like an hour or two later, like after I texted him. But yeah, we found out where each other was, and thanks to internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, if you try to plan that whole trip out, I don't even think it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you plan things out.
Well, I mean, clearly, like, the way that you've chosen to live your life, like, you can do that. Like, you can say, like, hey, we're going here. All right, cool. Let me get in the car. Like, you know, you are just, like, accepting and ready for whatever the next adventure is. And
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I guess that comes with, like, not having a lot of material possessions. Like, you can leave behind whatever, like, because you don't have, I mean, you have whatever you have, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine that's a freeing feeling sometimes. I imagine it can be kind of scary at others.
Like, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
All right, would you rather be 10 times smarter, or would you rather someone give you $10 million?
I'd probably take $10 million because I know what I want to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's great. I wouldn't turn $10 million down, but
Yeah.
I would definitely choose the,
To be smarter?
Yeah, for sure, because, I mean...
I don't know. I guess I enjoy learning. I mean, I'm sure you do too, but, like, I just, like, I know what I want to do right now in life, and, like...
And you need that money to get it, huh?
I mean, I need a little... I don't need that much money, but I need a little bit more money than I got, for sure, so...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's kind of my thing. Like, for instance...
I feel like if I had that money, I could set myself up to be successul, like, outside of that.
Yeah, you're probably right, dude. If you got a plan and you follow it, you'll probably succeed. Like, I mean, if you follow step by step.
Yeah.
The reason I asked that question is because out of all this time I've been traveling, I'll go to, like, really big cities and really big tourist places, and obviously it's expensive. I get asked a lot of times, like, how do you afford it? Well, when I was in Hawaii, I would go to these beaches, and I would just be there because, like, that's where I'd stay at night, or that's where I just want to go swim. But I would also see these really, really rich people, and I would talk to them because I'm social. I talk to people.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, we just paid, like, all this money for this trip. Our kids are, like, still at the condo, like, playing on their phones and stuff. And they're just sitting on the beach. And I'm thinking, dang, you traveled all the way to Hawaii, like, and you're not even really going to become, like, in Hawaii. You're just, like, paying your way for vacation.
Doing exactly what you would have been doing at home.
Yeah, so my whole thing, yeah, exactly. And so my whole thing was, like, so if you can, like, either pay for a vacation or you can, like, live your life as a vacation.
Yeah.
And if you pay for vacation, I mean, you're only going to get commercial things because you're expecting that money's going to get you what you want. So if you think money's going to get you that bottle of tequila, then it is, but that's what it's going to get you. You know, if you think money's going to get you that dope-ass car, well, yeah, it's going to get you that dope-ass car, but, like, why do you even want these things, you know? Like, your mind is just, your mind wants to be satisfied, and so, like, ultimately, if you can just be satisfied with who you are, like, that car doesn't even matter, like, that alcohol doesn't even matter, or I don't know, man, because me, I've never said, okay, I need this much money to travel. I've never said that. Never in my life said, I need $2,000 to get to Mexico. Nah, dude, I've went to Mexico with my last pennies. Like, I think I had $150 and I took a Greyhound there. And I got there, slept on the street, and just figured it out. And everything's been so amazing. Just learning street stuff, learning new little techniques of life, learning how to talk to people, man.
Yeah, like you got me thinking about your question now, because, like, if you were a whole lot smarter, I guess you would know the language, or you could learn it quickly, you know, and stuff like that.
Pick it up 10 times
and
quicker.
That would just make things a whole lot easier on you whenever you travel wherever.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think communicating with, like, people is key to traveling.
Yeah.
Like, communicate. Like, you think you're the only one who does what you do right here, like the podcast? Nah, dude, there's a lot of people that do that. And if you communicate with those people, they'll, like, motivate you, you know, and, like, hang out with people that they'll take you. They'll even be like, hey, man, nah, you come down here. You know, they'll want you around. You just got to find these people. And, yeah, it's like money won't find these people. Like, living your dream will find people.
For sure.
For sure, dude. Like, money will help you. I think money's kind of like this thing that keeps you away from actually life, you know? Like, if you chase money, then that's what you're chasing. 8 hours at, you know, chasing money every day is not worth not chasing my dream every day. And, like, I don't even got a dream, honestly. I don't, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely where I got to the point that I'm at now, like, quitting my job and stuff. I was just, like, super unhappy doing what I was doing, and realized that I had an opportunity to go do what I wanted to, so here I am going for it, I guess.
Yeah, dude, right? Give me some. And that's how you got to do it, man. I think, like, honestly, just this little thing right here, just, like, coming over here to the skate park, bringing your equipment, like, rocking out, man. You're doing you're doing it. Like, everything is that, man. You got a plan, and you're doing it step by step, man.
Well, it's like, I mean, you know, I'm really bad about, like, having unnecessary anxiety. So, like, we'd never met before. I'd never been here before. I wanted to come here. I wanted to meet you. I've been wanting to meet you, like, that kind of deal. But, like, driving over here, I just get, like, a little tinge of nervousness. And I'm like, dude, what are you worried about? Like,
yeah, we're all humans.
These people know you're coming. Like, they want you to come. Like, it's all good. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm still working to get past that, you know?
Yeah, man. Just it's all just breathing and doing your thing. Like, feel comfortable with what you're doing. Like, you're doing it really good, man.
Thank you, man.
You got to interrupt this commercial break. So your sister brought some agua.
Heck yeah.
And some, how do you say McDonald's in Spanish?
McDonald's. Heck yeah.
How do you say cheeseburger?
Thanks.
Sorry, guys.
It's my
I kinda
sister.
No worries. You're good.
Hey, you want to know a fun fact about this guy?
Go ahead.
Okay. Do not, and I'll repeat, do not challenge this dude to a cartwheel fight.
Oh,
10
yeah.
out of 10.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got you.
Cartwheel fight.
I got you on cartwheel fights for sure. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
It's love you. Bye. Yeah, people always come over here and hook it up, man. Like everybody wants to see us win over. Nah, but dang, what were we saying? Forgot. Got sidetracked.
I know it. I forgot it as well.
Oh yeah, no, like about you being nervous and stuff, dude.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
like it's all about you doing your thing, man, and just being confident on what
Yeah,
you
well,
do.
that's
like,
the thing. It's like it's just building upon each other. You know, like the more of these I do, the more comfortable I am. Like regardless of who I'm interviewing or what situation we're in, and you know, I think a lot of it is you know, Nike has the best slogan in the fucking world.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
You know, it's like we've been hammered that in our brains for so long, but you don't always necessarily let it sink in. And it's like, if you really abided by that, like, you would really go some places.
It's a good one for sure, but it's different. Like, I've been by the just do it thing, and that's probably why I got a lot of scars.
For sure.
Like, just doing it comes with like do or die also.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, you're definitely right. Just doing it would work out super good. Yeah, take those with you, man. Here, go over there and Happy Meal it. Let me get that toy though.
You get hit by a car.
I got hit by a car right down the street. Yeah.
Tell us that story.
So we were building over here, and I was wearing these pants. These are my favorite pants too, yeah. And we were driving. I had a Harley, and my homies were following me, and we like made it to the first red light, but it was green. And these cars like ran the green light, and I just fucking T-boned one of the cars and just like went through my arm went through the window, got these little scars and shit.
Yeah. And
I flipped over the car, bleeding everywhere. My bone was like hanging out. I didn't break anything, but you could see like bonage. And dude, I thought I was gonna land on my feet, man. Like I seriously thought I was gonna flip over the car and like boom, land it. But whatever. A bunch of people seen it, so like they rushed me. This lady's like, I'm a nurse, obviously, and she's like banding me up and everything. And then a cop shows up. He's like, where's your license? And I'm like, whoa, fool, I'm trying to like not like, make sure I don't got an artery cut.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to the hospital. They took glass out my arm. Still got like a little piece right here somewhere.
Oh, you
still
feel
in
it?
there popping.
It was so brutal that Facebook even had to send you a warning before you even saw the
Oh,
picture.
yeah.
Like this, warning, this may be too graphic.
Yeah, dude, Facebook. They put the like whole graphic thing on there, which was cool. I thought it was cool. They've actually done that to me a couple of times. I was like laying in a ditch dead from skating, and they literally thought I was dead in real life and was like, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been crazy. What do you think about this Okay, so wait, let me there was something I wanted to tell you about.
Yeah, you're good.
So this place right here, like this little park.
For sure.
We were talking about how it started or whatever. Well, during building this park, I came up to a conclusion because I was talking a lot about following your passion. So I started like coming up with equations on how passion works, and how like the value of something, like what is the value of something. Like right now, what is the value of your time? Like, do I need to pay you for this, or what is the value of my time? Do you need to pay me for this, or what's the skate park? How much did the skate park cost? Like, what's the value of something? So the value, what I came up to conclusion is, it's a simple thing. It's time plus passion equals the value of anything. So you might see me do a kickflip on the ground and you're going to say, oh, dude, you did that really easy. But that took me 13 years to do.
Yeah.
So my time plus my passion equals the value of that trick. You can see people who do paintings like Leonardo da Vinci. He could take like 10 minutes to paint a picture and it could probably be worth $10 million just because someone said so. But it didn't take him 10 minutes. It took him however long he first started drawing all the way until now to like get that picture. So that's what I think this part equals. Like the value was the time plus the passion that people put into it equals the value of the skate park. And there's no money involved.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. That's definitely something that I've been trying to figure out myself, like doing videography work, is like how much is what I do worth, and I'm just getting into it, so I don't think it's worth anything, you know, or very little. And other people don't necessarily think that way because it's like I'm doing something that they can't do kind of deal, you know, and so they find more value in it than I do. I think it's, you know, just like you doing a kickflip is like normal, but you've been doing it for so long, it is easy because you have, I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah, well, it's easy like at the particular second that you do it or you figure it out, but it's not easy. Like nothing that took 13 years to do is easy. Like,
right.
For instance, right now, like, was it easy to come over here? Like you said, you seen me about a year ago.
Yeah.
It took you 1 year to get this.
Yeah.
And like the value of this equals that whole year to where we're at right now. Like your passion plus the time that it took equals the value of what this is.
All right.
So
okay. I'm with you on that.
That is my theory of value.
For sure. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, and it's obviously like, you know, you just keep yourself fed and keep yourself entertained and you're going to be all right for a while, I imagine.
Yeah, getting fed, not staying hurt. Injured.
Yeah, for sure.
Being healthy. Important.
I guess, do you have any plans for the future, or do you know what the next adventure is going to be? Or?
Yeah, I've been working on a video for about 2 years. So throughout this traveling, I've also been like trying to find people who film so I can like get clips for my video part.
For sure.
Finally got it together. It's going to be coming out on the 19th of this month.
Okay. Sick.
So let's see, what's today, the 11th. So I'm thinking like Friday or something, I'm going to go back to Mexico City, chill over there for a little while. Go to the premiere, go on like some tours and show the video, and then I want to go back to Shanghai.
Yeah.
I like it.
You have sponsors?
Yeah, I got some sponsors. I got some board sponsor, shoe sponsor, grip tape sponsor I got in Shanghai, clothes sponsor.
Yeah. So your part, it's like from all around the world, I guess, huh?
Hawaii, Monroe, China, Mexico. Yeah.
That's it. I mean, that's got to be it's gonna be get some attention, I guess. Hopefully,
yeah. Right now it's supposed to be pretty big. It's the last video of the year in Mexico, and it's gonna be pretty big premiere. A lot of people. It's gonna be in a theater.
Sweet.
And yeah, something I've been really hyped on.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Is there some way we can find that?
Yeah, y'all can find it for sure. Like, it's gonna come out, and then they're gonna have it exclusive for a little bit. You know how that goes. Like,
for sure.
Basically, anytime something comes out, they have it exclusive. And
yeah.
Then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put it on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So look forward to that. It's gonna be sick.
I'm sure you'll be posting about it on the Instagram.
For sure. Yeah, I'm hyped on every trick.
Yeah, sick. I mean, that's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I was so worried about my last trick. And every trick I tried, I was like, okay, this is going to be my last trick for my part. So I tried so hard on every trick. Every trick tried so hard. And then the trick that ended up being my last trick, it only took me like 5 tries. Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's got to be a good feeling, though.
It's a good feeling, but it changed my mind completely on skating. I was like, wow, man, skating's easier than I thought. Like, I think we try too hard sometimes. Whenever you have it right here the whole time, you just got to find the spot.
Yeah.
Like, find it and do it, like, whatever.
All right, here's a question. How would you define your skating, or how could you can compare it to somebody else? Or, you like, obviously you're more of a street guy, I guess. Or you like transition, you like rails. Or you just like all over the place?
Oh, dude,
whatever
I like
the
spots.
challenge.
I like skate spots. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even care about tricks. Honestly, I don't care about any tricks. I just like spots, dude. Like, something where you can go like whoo, wah, psh, psh, and then like psh, out of it,
Yeah.
and then like whoa, you know.
Do you think like that? You like walk around and see like
Everywhere I
there's
go, everywhere I go, like even right now, I see a piece of dirt right there. I'm just thinking like, man, if you throw some concrete on it, like I swear, this whole time I've been thinking like someone should do a blunt slide right there. And then yeah, and I constantly think about that everywhere I go. I mean, it's if you see a piece of wood leaned up on the side of the wall, I'm like, oh my god, we should just skate that. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard not to. But what I would think of myself as just a spot skater, like
Yeah.
spots, like go up, go down, go whoosh, hearing your slash. And
You just want to conquer the whatever cool
Yeah.
spot it is.
one of the coolest things, like my favorite thing about skating, it's probably even gonna sound super cliche, but it's just skating, dude. Like me and my friend skated from crossing West Monroe to Monroe, and just skating on the bridge felt like so cool. I was like, man, this is what it's about.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, sometimes I get frustrated with doing tricks and then just skating away. I mean, what's the best part about doing a trick? Rolling away, right?
Right,
And
yeah.
if you could just constantly keep rolling, and like you're doing a trick all day, and like that's the best feeling.
No doubt. I definitely get that. When I lived in Denver, I'd go like ride my bike downtown, and it's just like
Cruising.
yeah, I mean, and like
Cruising.
compared to growing up here, you know, it's just like a whole other world out there.
Yeah.
There's a gigantic city, and like, you mean I can ride in a bike lane and like have my own
Yeah,
little spot
have your own-
here?
yeah, like the concrete. Oh my goodness, you kidding me? Cars are gonna watch out for me.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate you coming on and sitting down and talking to me.
All right,
I
heck
really
yeah.
enjoyed it. And I mean, I hope we can catch up at some other point.
For sure, dude. I mean, it was sick, man. Yeah, dude, it was super sick, man.
Do you want to tell everybody where to find you, or?
Yeah, I mean, if y'all want to check me out, dude, I got my Instagram. It's Tone Molina, like Tone Molina, and then Tony Molina on Facebook. So, but yeah, like keep up with this dude, and
Yeah, I'll be looking for your part coming out soon.
dude, yeah, I'm so hyped on that, man. Like, that's like right now, I don't even care about doing anything because like I feel accomplished.
Yeah,
So I'm like, yeah, now I'm just chilling and
Yeah.
just relaxing, dude. Like
that's fair.
whatever happens.
Enjoy your hard work.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right, cool. Well, I'll see you later.
Later, guys.